What happens when the person who was supposed to love you the most says you're too much to handle? Join me on a journey from abandonment to triumph as I discover the true power of forgiveness and healing. Hey everyone, I'm Jesse. I'm 24 years old, and I'm here to share my journey with you. I grew up in a small town, facing challenges that shaped who I am today. I spent a lot of my childhood in the foster system, feeling lost and alone. My biggest struggle came from the person I thought would always be there for me, my mom. She said I was too much to handle, and that left deep scars. But despite those tough times, I worked hard to turn my life around. I built a health tech startup from the ground up and sold it for $15 million. It hasn't been an easy road, but each step has brought me closer to healing. Now, I'm on a journey of forgiveness, learning how to let go of the past and embrace a brighter future. Join me as I dive into my story, filled with ups and downs, triumphs, and moments of doubt. I hope sharing my experiences can inspire others who might be feeling lost, just like I once did. Let's get started. I remember that day like it was yesterday. The smell of rain hung in the air, cooling everything down. I sat in the car, fiddling with my shoelaces, trying to avoid eye contact with my mom. "Are we going to the park, Mom?" I asked, hoping for a better answer. She turned to me. Her face was tight. "No, sweetie. I need to drop you off somewhere." "Where?" My heart raced. I had a sinking feeling. "The youth shelter," she said, her voice steady but cold like ice. "The youth shelter? But why?" I felt my heart drop. "What did I do?" "You're just too much to handle right now, Jesse," she replied, her eyes looking past me. "Too much," I echoed, my voice shaking. "What does that even mean?" "You know what I mean," she sighed. "You keep getting into trouble, and I can't keep up." "I'm just being a kid," I shouted. The tears began to blur my vision. "Is that so wrong?" "Jesse, please," she said, reaching out for my hand. "I can't do this anymore." I jerked my hand away. I felt abandoned. "So, you're just going to leave me?" I asked. "Like I'm nothing?" "No, that's not it," she pleaded, her voice rising. "I just need some time. You know it's hard for me, too." I could feel the anger bubbling inside me. "You think this is hard for you? You're the one driving away. What about me?" "I'm doing this for you," she insisted. "For me? It feels like you want to get rid of me," I shouted. "Do you even care?" Her silence spoke louder than words. "Just say it. Just tell me you don't want me," I cried, feeling the weight of every word. My heart felt like it was breaking. "Jesse," she began, but I cut her off. "Just go," I yelled. "I don't want to hear it." This wasn't how it was supposed to be. I thought we'd go out for ice cream, maybe share some laughter. Instead, I was staring at the dull gray building in front of me. The shelter loomed over me like a spooky castle. "Jesse, you'll be okay?" she said softly, almost like a goodbye. "Will I?" I said, my voice tiny. "I'll come back for you. I promise," she said, her eyes misty. "I don't want to be here," I whispered, tears streaming down my cheeks. "Just try to be brave," she said, and with that she was gone. Left alone in that empty car, I felt my heart ache. Why did I feel so lost? I squeezed my eyes shut, hoping I could wish the situation away. Was I really too much to handle? I took a deep breath, trying to pull myself together. I could do this. But deep down, I felt abandoned, confused, and more scared than I had ever been. What would happen next? Would I really be alone? The questions swirled in my mind like a storm, leaving me with a deep sadness. What was I going to do? The next few days at the shelter felt like a blur. I remember standing in my small bedroom, staring at the plain white walls. They seemed to close in on me. I felt so scared and alone. What if nobody wants me? I whispered to myself. A tapping sound interrupted my thoughts. I turned, and there was a girl about my age, maybe 11 or 12. She had messy hair and bright green eyes. "Hi, I'm Mia," she said, smiling. I shrugged, feeling shy. "I'm Jessie. What are you in for?" she asked, tilting her head. I hesitated. My mom. She dropped me off. Oh, Mia said softly, her smile fading. Me too. My mom just didn't want me anymore. That hit me hard. I felt my heart ache for her. I'm sorry, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. It's okay. It's kind of a big story. She grinned a little. But I want to hear yours. I took a deep breath, and then I started to talk. I messed up sometimes. I guess I was too much for her. Mia nodded. Yeah, they always think we're too much trouble. We exchanged stories, both of us sharing pieces of our hearts. Somehow it made me feel less alone. As the days wore on, Mia became my rock. We laughed, played games, and talked about everything. One day she said, "You know, Jesse, we can't let this keep us down. We can be more than what people think." I looked at her, eyes wide. What do you mean? I mean, we can change our stories. I'm gonna be someone important one day. Like, I want to help other kids like us. What about you? My mind raced. I'd never thought about it that way. Someone important? Really? Yeah. Why not? Mia grinned. I believe we can. We just need to try. I felt a spark of hope inside me. Maybe you're right. Of course I am, she said, her eyes shining. We can be a team, and we can make it work. From that moment, I decided right then. I promised myself I wouldn't let this shelter define me. I would change everything. I will be someone important, I declared softly, though it felt powerful inside me. Exactly, Mia said, pumping her fist in the air. Well, get out of here. We will make our dreams come true. Yeah, I said, feeling a rush of excitement. Every night, I would lay on my bed, staring at the ceiling, and dream about the future. I pictured a life where I would make a difference, help kids like Mia and me. Each day, I worked on becoming stronger. I started volunteering in the shelter and helping to organize games for the younger kids. Mia was right. I wanted to change my story. But some nights, when the loneliness crept in, I felt the fear wash over me again. What if this is all there is? I whispered into the darkness. But then I remembered MIA's smile and the promise I made to myself. No, I would not let fear win. I took a deep breath, pushed away the doubts, and reminded myself, I will be someone important one day, and that resolve felt stronger than any fear. I still remember my first day at the hospital like it was yesterday. I was 18, standing outside the main entrance, feeling a mix of nerves and excitement. It wasn't just any job. This was my chance to prove myself. Taking a deep breath, I walked inside. The scent of antiseptic and the sounds of buzzing machines filled the air. I felt a flutter of anxiety. What if I mess up? I whispered to myself. As I made my way to the front desk, a tall man approached. He wore a white coat and had kind, welcoming eyes. You must be new, he said, smiling. I'm Dr. Martin. Hi, I'm Jesse, I replied, trying to sound confident. Nice to meet you, Jesse. Are you ready to start? He asked, his enthusiasm contagious. I think so. I hope I can do well. Of course you can, he said, clapping me on the shoulder. Just remember, every great doctor started somewhere, just like you. I felt a bit more sure of myself. What do I do first? Dr. Martin led me through the hospital. He introduced me to the staff and explained their roles. Each person had a story just like mine. I felt a sense of belonging. Let's get you started, Dr. Martin said, showing me the supply room. He handed me a stack of bandages. You'll help prepare for the surgeries. Really? I get to help in surgeries? I asked, eyes wide. Eventually. First, you need to learn the basics, he said with a wink. I'll teach you everything I know. Days turned into weeks. Dr. Martin became my mentor. He showed me how to use medical equipment like the heart monitor and stethoscope. You have a natural talent, Jesse, he told me one afternoon as we reviewed patient charts. You catch on quickly. Thanks, but I'm still scared sometimes, I confessed. What if I make a mistake? Everyone makes mistakes, he reassured me. The key is to learn from them. Remember, you're not alone in this. I'm here to help. Hearing those words made me breathe easier. I had someone who believed in me. One day in the break room, I found myself reflecting on my journey. I used to think being alone would always be my story. But this place feels different, I admitted to Dr. Martin over coffee. I'm glad you feel that way, he said thoughtfully. You've faced a lot and come out stronger. You have a gift for caring. I smiled, feeling proud of where I was. I want to do something important with my life. I want to help people like Mia would have wanted, I said, remembering my childhood friend. You can absolutely do that, Dr. Martin replied, his voice firm. You have the heart for it. And that's what matters most in medicine. With each passing day, I learned more and more. I watched surgeries, assisted in small ways, and felt the thrill of being part of a team. No longer was I that scared girl in a shelter. I was becoming someone. As I stood by Dr. Martin one day, watching him work on a patient, I felt that spark of ambition again. I want to be a doctor one day, I told him, my voice filled with determination. Dr. Martin turned to me, his eyes shining. I believe you will be, Jesse. Just keep working hard. The world of medicine needs people like you. His faith in me lit a fire inside my soul. I was ready to chase my dreams, no matter what it took. Was I scared? Yes. But now I knew I wasn't alone. After working at the hospital for a while, I felt ready for something bigger. Dr. Martin's words echoed in my mind. The world of medicine needs people like you. With that in my heart, I decided to start a health tech company. I want to create something that can help patients. I told Dr. Martin one day during my break. ITLLB, like a personal health assistant app. That's a fantastic idea, Jesse, he replied, his voice full of enthusiasm. But are you ready for the challenges that come with it? I nodded, feeling excited. Absolutely. I've learned so much here. I know I can do it. But soon, the reality of starting a company hit me hard. I spent hours at my kitchen table, sketching ideas and making plans. Some days I felt unstoppable. This is it, I said to myself. But other days the doubts crept in. What if nobody wants this? I wondered aloud. What if I fail? I could feel the weight of stress on my shoulders. I tried to balance my job at the hospital and the startup, but it was overwhelming. One evening, I slammed my laptop shut in frustration. I can't do this, I groaned. It's too hard. Just then, my phone buzzed. It was a message from Dr. Martin. Hey, Jesse, let's grab coffee soon. I want to hear how things are going. A small smile formed on my lips. Okay, that'll be nice. When we met, I took a deep breath. Dr. Martin, I'm really struggling, I confessed. I thought it would be easier. I'm starting to lose faith in my idea. He listened patiently, his eyes filled with kindness. It's normal to feel that way, he said. Starting something new can be scary. Tell me about what's bothering you. I spilled everything. I feel like I don't know enough. I'm afraid I'll let everyone down. Dr. Martin leaned forward. Remember, Jesse, every successful person has faced challenges. The important part is to keep pushing through. You've already achieved so much. But what if I never get there? I asked, my voice trembling. Failure is just a stepping stone, he said, his voice steady and encouraging. Think of all the things you've learned already. You can learn from your mistakes too. It's part of the journey. I felt a flicker of hope. Do you really believe I can do this? Absolutely, he exclaimed. I believe in you, and you should believe in yourself too. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come after the toughest struggles. His words sank in. I realized I had to take a step back and think. Maybe I needed to focus on one thing at a time. With Dr. Martin's encouragement still fresh in my mind, I dove back into my work. I refined my ideas and simplified my plan. I reached out to others for advice and support. I even met with some tech experts to bounce ideas around. Then came the breakthrough moment. One evening, while working late, I finally solved a problem that had stumped me for weeks. Yes, I got it, I shouted, pumping my fist in the air. The next day, I rushed to share my progress with Dr. Martin. I did it, I said, bursting into his office. I figured out how to make the app user-friendly. His face lit up with pride. That's awesome, Jesse. I knew you could do it. This is just the beginning. I felt a wave of happiness rush over me. I finally saw the light at the end of the tunnel. With Dr. Martin by my side, I knew I could keep going. I would not give up on my dreams. From that moment on, I pushed forward with renewed energy. I was ready to change the future of healthcare one step at a time. At 24, I sat in my brand new office, a tall building with big windows overlooking the city. The sun streamed in, and it felt warm on my face. Just a few weeks ago, I sold my health tech startup for $15 million. Can you believe it? I said to Mia, who was visiting. We did it. We really did it. Mia jumped out of her chair. Wow, Jesse, that's amazing. You stuck to your goals. I chuckled, a sense of pride swelling in my chest. I never thought I'd get here. Remember when I was scared to even start? Of course. And look at you now. You've come so far. But as I stared out the window, I felt a tug in my heart. Yeah, but I hesitated, thinking about the journey so far. There's something else too. What do you mean? Mia asked, her bright green eyes studying me. I turned to face her. I feel this weird mix of happiness and anger. Anger? At what? She asked. I took a deep breath. My mom. Sometimes I feel hurt thinking about her. The too much to handle comment still stings. Mia nodded slowly. You have every right to feel upset. She left you when you needed her most. I'm proud of everything I've accomplished. I built something valuable from nothing, I continued, but it just doesn't feel complete. I can't help but feel a sense of betrayal. Did you ever tell her how you felt? Mia asked. I shook my head. No, I don't even know if I want to. What would I say? Thanks for abandoning me. But look where I am now. Mia sighed. Jesse, you've grown so much. You've built a life for yourself, and that's incredible. But it's okay to feel hurt about your past, too. There was truth in her words. It's just hard, I said, my voice quiet. I want to move on. But sometimes those old feelings sneak up on me. Have you thought about reaching out to her? Maybe finding some closure? She suggested gently. I stared at the ground. Think about it? Sure. But doing it? I don't know if I could. Mia leaned closer. Whatever happens, you've got to remember you're the one who made this success happen. Not her. I nodded, lifting my chin. You're right. I can't let her affect my happiness anymore. As days passed, I kept reflecting. I had reached heights I never imagined. I had built a life filled with potential, surrounded by supportive friends, especially Mia and Dr. Martin. Then one day my phone buzzed. It was my mother. Hi, Jesse. It's been a while. Can we talk? I froze. My heart raced. Why now? I thought. Mia saw my reaction and raised an eyebrow. You okay? I held the phone tightly. I don't know, I admitted, biting my lip. She wants to talk. Do you want to talk to her? Mia asked. I guess I should, I said, feeling torn. But what would I even say? Just be honest. Let her know how you feel, Mia suggested. My fingers hovered over the screen. I took a deep breath, reminding myself of the journey I had taken. Okay, I'll call her back. Good. You are not the scared girl anymore. You've got this, Mia encouraged. As I pressed dial, my heart pounded in my chest. What would I say? How could I find closure? But I couldn't forget that voice in my head, the one that had held me back for years. Jesse? My mother's voice came through the line. I hesitated for a moment and then took another deep breath. Yes, Mom. We need to talk. Brimming with a mix of hopes and fears, I was ready to find out what lay ahead. A few months after the phone call with my mother, I reached another big decision. I decided to buy a majority stake in a nursing facility. I want to make a difference, I told Mia. This place could really use some love and care. That's a fantastic idea, she said, beaming. You can use all that knowledge you have. I felt excited, but my stomach twisted when I learned that my mother lived there. What? I gasped, my heart racing. She's at the facility? Mia looked at me, confusion etched on her face. Are you okay? How could she end up here? I said, feeling a surge of anger and sadness. Memories flooded back. The hurt from before, the feeling of abandonment. I have to see her. I need to know why. Maybe this is your chance to confront her, Mia suggested carefully. Confront her? I scoffed. I don't know what I want. I thought I was ready for closure. We toured the facility together the next day. It was bright and clean, but a sense of sadness hung in the air. Residents sat quietly, some staring blankly at the walls. I wanted to help, but when I learned about the budget care wing, my heart sank. Budget care? I asked the receptionist, my voice trembling. What does that mean? It means fewer resources, less staff, she explained gently. It's for residents who don't have family support. My stomach churned. Do you have any residents classified as family? None? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. The receptionist nodded. Yes, we do. She gave me a clipboard with names. I scanned the list, and my breath caught in my throat. There. That's her. I gasped, pointing. My mother. Mia leaned in closer, looking concerned. Are you sure? I nodded. Yes, it's her name. I felt a whirlwind of emotions. Anger, sadness, and betrayal. She's alone in a corner, forgotten. Just like before, I said, my voice shaking. Jesse, maybe this is a chance to talk things out, Mia encouraged. You have power now. You can help her. We walked to the budget care wing, my hands clammy as I opened the door. It was duller, quieter. I spotted her sitting in a chair, staring out the window. Her hair, once vibrant, was now gray and thin. My heart raced as I approached her. Mom, I whispered. She turned to me slowly, her eyes widening in disbelief. Jesse, is that really you? It's me, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. Why are you here? She looked down, shame written all over her face. I didn't mean to. I lost everything, sweetheart. I just couldn't handle it. Handle what? I demanded, feeling frustration bubble up. You left me when I needed you. You said I was too much. And now look at you alone. I know, she said, tears pooling in her eyes. I'm sorry for everything. I thought I was protecting you. Protecting me? I exclaimed. You broke me. I spent years trying to figure this out on my own. And now, I find you here. I never wanted to be like this, she pleaded, voice trembling. I thought, maybe you'd never want to see me again. You were right, I said harshly. You put me in a place that felt empty, and now you're in the same situation. Tears streamed down her face. I've been so sorry. I regret my choices every day. I felt conflicted. This was the woman who hurt me, but still, there was a part of me that felt sad for her. I started to speak when Mia's voice interrupted. Jesse, remember what you wanted? To help. That thought struck me. What if I put her in a better wing? I said slowly. What if I make sure she gets the care she needs? I can't ask for that, my mother whispered. I don't deserve it. Maybe you do, I said, feeling my heart soften just a little. You're my mom, regardless of our past. As I made the decision to transfer her to a better wing, a part of me felt uneasy. Did I want to forgive her? Or was I just trying to fix things? Family. None wouldn't define her anymore. My journey had changed me, but was it enough to mend the wounds? I stood up, took a deep breath and said, let's start taking steps forward, together. We'll figure it out. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't be easy. The days after I transferred my mother to the better wing felt like a whirlwind. I was proud of my decision, but a million questions swirled in my mind. Did I do the right thing? I asked myself over and over. At the hospital, I found myself wandering in the break room, feeling lost. It was there that I bumped into Dr. Martin. Jesse, how are you? He asked, his smile warm and familiar. I shrugged. I'm okay, I guess. I've made some big changes, but I feel confused. Confused? he prompted, taking a seat beside me. What's on your mind? I let out a sigh. I transferred my mother to a nicer wing. For the first time in years, I saw her. But now I'm questioning if it was the right decision. I feel a mix of anger and pity. It's perfectly natural to feel that way, Dr. Martin said, nodding slowly. Healing is rarely straightforward. It's full of twists and turns. I looked at him, searching for answers. Do you think I should try to forgive her? Or should I hold onto my feelings? Dr. Martin leaned back, thinking. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting how she hurt you. It means freeing yourself from the weight of that pain. It's about your own growth. But I don't know if I'm ready, I admitted, feeling an ache in my heart. Every time I think of her, I remember how she abandoned me. That's understandable, he said gently. Take your time, but also remember how far you've come. You didn't let her actions define your future. You created an incredible life for yourself. I contemplated his words. Sometimes I feel like I built a wall around my heart, I said quietly. I want to be strong, but I still feel hurt. It's okay to feel vulnerable, Dr. Martin reassured me. Accepting your feelings is part of growing. Have you thought about talking to your mother again? I looked down, afraid of what that would mean. What if she breaks my heart again? Dr. Martin placed a hand on my shoulder. You can't control her actions, but you can control how you respond. Think of it as giving yourself a chance to heal. I took a deep breath, trying to wrap my mind around his words. You make it sound so simple. It's not simple, but every journey starts with a single step, he replied. And having the courage to confront your past can lead you to a brighter future. Do you think she can really change? I asked, feeling a flicker of hope. Can she be the mother I always wanted? Dr. Martin smiled knowingly. Change is possible, but it takes time and effort from both of you. Just be sincere with her. After our talk, I felt a sense of clarity wash over me. I knew I had to confront my feelings head-on. As I left the break room, my heart raced. Later that evening, I took a notepad and started writing down my feelings. I felt abandoned. I felt angry. I want to understand you. The words flowed easily, pouring out my heart onto the paper. Each sentence lifted some of the weight I had been carrying. How do I forgive someone who hurt me so deeply? I wrote, contemplating my own journey. As I penned my feelings, a realization hit me. Maybe forgiveness doesn't mean letting her off the hook. Maybe it's a way to free myself. For the first time in a long while, I felt a sense of peace. It didn't matter what my mother chose to do. What mattered was my journey toward healing and understanding. The next time I visited her, I would be ready. I would speak my truth. No matter the outcome, I was taking steps toward reconciliation. As I finished my notes, I felt lighter. Maybe I could give my mother one last chance. Perhaps, just perhaps, I could find a way to forgive. Thanks for watching my story. I want to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with forgiveness or feeling abandoned by someone you love? Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's start a conversation about healing and resilience together. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more personal stories and inspiration.